Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, February 9th, 2012. There's a lot to cover, so let's get right into these charts. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You will see that they are trading higher by about 3 points right now, right to around the 1350 level. Pretty good little pop. This just occurred really over the past hour or so. It looks like there's a deal reached in Greece. Now, can you really believe that or not? I don't know if they're really if it's true, but it looks like there's an austerity package that's been accepted by the Greek government, and we'll see how the market reacts. It could be a sell the news type event. I would not be surprised. We've been hearing about this deal for so long. The markets have held up so well. They've rallied almost every day, even though there's no deal imminent or no deal that has been released. Today, if there is a real deal released, maybe we'll get a little bit of selling in the market overall, but just watch and see how it plays out. Right now, the S&P 500 E-mini futures are trading higher. That also means that the U.S. dollar index is trading lower. Sure enough, look at the dollar. Dollar has fallen right when the market bottomed out. That's when the dollar topped out. Dollar comes down, and you see how it all works. So, again, futures are trading higher by about 3 points. Don't want to make too much out of them. There's a lot of other things to talk about real quickly. First, we have to talk about the Bank of England. Bank of England last night looks like they boosted their QE program by, I believe, 50 billion pounds. The total is 325 billion pounds. So again, you have the European Central Bank, or I should say the Bank of England, which is the English central bank. Um, Once again doing a QE or adding to their current QE, and they also kept their interest rates unchanged. So I believe that's at 50 basis points. So again, European markets should be holding steady on this news. I believe also that I think the ECB kept their rates unchanged as well. So I believe they left their rates unchanged at 1%. And that was already factored in. Most people were expecting that. So again, the European markets having a little bit of news today. And then you have this Greek news. They're all trading higher. You have the German DAX up almost 1%. The CAC 40, which is France, trading higher by about 0.75%. And the FTSE's up about 0.4%. So decent little pop up there over there in across the pond in Europe, but nothing spectacular. Now the Asian markets last night were basically flat. You had the Shanghai index basically flat. The Hang Seng was down 8 points, not a big deal. The Nikkei was down 12 points. The big winner last night, if I could see one, believe it or not, is India. India had a big rally last night. It was up about 0.7%. Traded sharply higher. So watch the Indian stocks today, the Indian ADRs. They could be in play if the U.S. markets are strong. The only problem I have with the Indian ADRs is that they're very overbought, and you got to be careful with them. Okay. So again, that's what we're looking at this morning. Now, some other news is that the biggest U.S. banks agreed to pay $25 billion. Okay, that's in that foreclosure settlement. Most states have signed on. So again, the banks get another little relief program. They're going to pay out $25 billion. Really, it's a cake in a walk when you a walk in the park when you think about it. But good move for the banks. Banks are getting a nice little break. So that's all the news that is out before the open. Let's go back to the futures, and you'll still see them up about 3 points. Now, let's go over some stocks in the news today. There's a lot of stocks out there. Let's talk about Cisco first. Cisco reported earnings yesterday. The stock immediately got a nice pop, and then it has been fading ever since. Today, it's trading back down to $20.15, just about 25 cents lower than where it closed yesterday. So a good pop after the closing bell, but that has faded, and really nothing, Cisco's kind of like a dinosaur at this point. Even if it did move higher, it has a ton of resistance at 21, and it's fading. I just wouldn't do anything with Cisco at the moment. Let's take a look at Akamai. Akamai Technologies, nice little pop today. Closed yesterday at $34.44. Today trading at $39. Do not touch it. It's overbought. It's a great move for Akamai. It may even hold up here, but you cannot touch it at this point. It's overcooked. There's a ton of resistance at 40. I don't know how great of a fade it will be, but it probably can be attempted maybe a little bit higher. If it got to around 41, 41.50, I think Akamai could be faded at that point. But it's a very, very nice move. Be careful with it because the gap, it's not terrible. It's not a terrible gap. So, it may have a little bit of strength in there. But around 41, I'm going to say $41.50. There should be real good resistance at that level. All right, let's take a look at Diamond Foods. This is just, what can you say? This is a shame. But this stock is just getting annihilated today, trading down to $22. I honestly don't see any reason to touch this thing right now. There really is no reason. You got to let this thing flush out. Today may be the day it flushes, but the truth of the matter is it's broken. It's a broken name. Maybe it bounces back a little bit, but I really wouldn't do anything with Diamond. Looks like it has good support down here at my green line at $20, and that's where it's holding support. So, again, it may hold up here, but it's a broken name right now. You got to be real careful with this stock. Let's take a look at this TLEO. This is a cloud computing name. Stock, I believe, is getting bought out from Oracle today, so there's really nothing to do. There's nothing to do here already. Yesterday, you got the pop. Today, the stock's settling in. I don't think there's anything really to do with this name at the moment, but this is a takeover. This morning, the stock is being bought out by Oracle, so leave that one alone. Let's take a look at iRobot, everybody's favorite vacuum cleaner. The stock is getting slaughtered today. This is a real ugly decline. It has a lot of support down here around $30, but overall you got to look probably at $28, maybe even $27.35. That's going to be your two better support levels if you take out that 30 level. Okay, if this thing trades lower when the market opens today, you probably could pick this bad boy up right around $28. It may be $27.30. There should be a fair amount of support there, okay? But iRobot coming in, and that's a strong gap down, so that's a serious gap. We could see these prices today get tagged. That's a real favorable, strong gap down. Let's take a look at Groupon. So the internet coupon deal maker is getting hit this morning. The stock is trading at 22.07, closed at 24.58. I'm just looking for a real good level here. I'm just not seeing it at the moment. I'll tell you this much. If it gets down to around 19, it looks somewhat attractive. 17.58 also looks attractive. And then $16.75. Those would be the levels that look attractive. Now, it's right at $22 today. Traded below 21 earlier. So it's really not getting hit all that bad. But 19, it looks desirable for a quick intraday bounce. Watch that level if it does get there. Okay? Let's take a look at Lufkin Industries. This is a manufacturer of oil and gas equipment. Stock is getting hit. There's no real volume here today. So be a little bit careful. Has a ton of support, though, at around $69, and I'm going to say $69. So a lot of support down there for Lufkin Industries, but it is getting hit today, but no volume to speak of at the moment. So watch that thing once it opens, and maybe it will tell us a little something. But right now, I'd have to, looking at the downside here, it's only down, it's really not down that much. It's going to have a little support at 71.68, but it's a little bit of a thin name, so it could overshoot. I'd watch $69.25, okay? So I'd watch that. It looks like there may be a Greek austerity deal in the works here. So, again, futures are trading up about 3 points. They have coming in a little bit. Look how the futures come in here, and watch the dollar now. I'm going to flip over to the dollar, U.S. dollar index futures, and look at the dollar moving up. So, again, this is the most important chart you can follow out there is the dollar. Each and every day, what we see happening in the dollar is it starts strong, and then it falls. Then the markets rally, find low, and the markets rally up. The dollar starts out sharply higher and then falls. So we see that each and every day. So again, we're going to watch that dollar chart closely. Dollar goes lower, markets will go higher, and vice versa. With that said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day, and I will see you on the charts. For those of you that are in the chat room at 9:30, and the rest of you, I will see tomorrow. Have a great day now.